Hi, welcome to another episode of This Is Anything Goes. Today we are going to be replacing the rain and light sensor on the Proton Inspira aka Lancer 08. Alright, so this is the sensor that is actually over here. Alright, so we are replacing this, so let's get to it. Alright, so before we get to replacing it, let's talk a bit about what is actually wrong with it. Alright, so only problem I had with it is that the light sensor doesn't seem to be working very well. So at night and daytime is perfect, but during the evening, alright, during the evening where it's not too bright, not too dark, something like right now, cloudy, it tends to on and off all the time. Alright, so I've read there's no way to fix it, there's only replacing it, so let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is just remove this. Alright, so all you need to do is just press it and pull. Okay, next up, we want to disconnect this, so just press this and pull it out. Okay, for the next step we might need to use a flathead screwdriver, a small one. Alright, so what we need to do is push this in and then we will disconnect it over here. Okay. Okay, that's one side and the other side as well. Okay, so we have it out and we're replacing it with the new one. Alright, so just connect it back the same way you took it out, put it in and just press it in. And connect it back and put this one back and we are done. Alright, so that's the end of the video and that's how we replace the rain sensor on the Proton Inspira aka Lancer 08. Now, I know in the video title it says how to replace or repair the light sensor. So what I found out is that, okay, so this is the old rain and light sensor. So what I did find out is that after I've installed the new one, it's working fine perfectly. Then I took this and I was thinking, what could be wrong with it? Is it something that I can actually fix? Is it something that I can actually service? So while looking through it, there's no screws, there's nothing for me to open, but I did notice that there was a fingerprint over here. So I wiped away the fingerprint and what I did was I actually pulled this apart. Okay, I took this out and there was an insect somewhere around here. Alright, this is where the sensor is. Okay, if you put this into the car, this is the part that you actually see. Alright, so what I noticed was fingerprint and a dead insect somewhere around here blocking it. Alright, it's just a very tiny insect. Alright, but after I clear that off and I wipe this clean and I install this back. Alright, to install it is actually pretty simple. Just make sure that the legs goes into the correct places. Alright, so just install that back and then when I install this back and I test it out for 2 days, it is working perfectly fine. So I didn't actually need to replace the sensor. All I needed to do was clear off the fingerprint that was here and also the bug that was here. So now you must be thinking, how come I have a fingerprint over here? So when I think back to a couple of months back, actually more than a year back, I had my windscreen replaced and they actually took this out. So I am assuming that was when the person put his fingerprint there. Alright, and it was around the same time as well that the light sensor doesn't really work. Alright, it went a bit cuckoo. Okay, so there you have it. If you think you might want to try and repair it, take this out, check if there's any dirt or anything over here, make sure it's clean. And also for the 4 sensors over here, for the 4 balls here, make sure it's clean. Alright, let me see if I can focus this. Alright, make sure that none of these IC chips are broken or burnt. Alright, so yeah, now let's come to the part where we talk about this DIY. So how long it takes to replace this this sensor here. So it takes less than 5 minutes. If you saw the video, it is almost real time, so it's about 2 minutes. Okay, so you'll be thinking, how do I actually remove it? So when this is installed, what you need to do is you need to push this and put something to pry it out. Alright, so push it in and pry it out. Okay, so you can see that this is actually installed in this manner. Alright, so what you need to do is just push it further in and then pry it out so it unlocks. Alright, same thing here. Then you'll be able to remove this. Alright, so about 2 to 3 minutes you can get this done. Now, how much it costs for the new replacement unit? Alright, it costs about 155 ringgit, which is roughly 30 plus US dollar. Alright, to get that replaced. Yeah, I guess that's the end of the video. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you hate it, make sure you give this. But always leave us a comment on how to improve further. Alright, so till next time, see ya.